ever so gently.
Ask that again. What were you
Do you
asking?
think you'll be able to hear my mustache on the microphone?
You don't have a mustache.
Well, I do. It just connects to a beard.
I see.
Therefore, then it's not. Right?
No, it still is. It's just part of a larger facial hair feature.
Okay.
It's like a preview is part of a feature presentation, but it's not the feature presentation.
Right, but generally a preview, you don't see everything. I can see
Is
everything
my fly
on
down?
your face.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
Hey, you know what we should do?
What?
We should record a podcast.
Okay, cool.
Think that'd be good?
Yeah.
Okay. Think we can hear your kids upstairs sounding like they're having sex but not having sex?
No, but
I know
it's
they're
really
not.
creepy.
How do you
now.
know they're not having sex?
Well, I don't, but I'm gonna err on the side of they're definitely not.
Yeah.
So
I like how everyone has the mic position quite different.
really?
Okay,
Yours are not.
Jason has it positioned quite different.
He does. He doesn't have the deep throat mic this time though.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Jason, welcome back.
What's wrong with the positioning of my microphone?
It isn't actually. I kind of like that because it's not right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Do you like yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
You look
No, I'm
stiff.
like, this is my my Vin Diesel from Chronicles of Riddick pose at the end of the movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah,
Awfully-
I do too. No one else likes it, but I like it.
Specific. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
He's
It's
really
a really
quiet.
bad reference because no one else gets it.
Am I wrong? Isn't he quiet?
I am naturally quiet.
So shouldn't I
is.
turn him up on the gain then?
That's why we should never have Tim on here. You'd never hear him.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was the opposite. All you hear is Tim.
No.
Be like
that
that,
would be Anthony.
like that guy on Big O and Dukes that laughs in the background.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
don't-
can't handle it.
It doesn't bother. I don't care if you don't like it.
Do you want me to turn him up then?
Sure. Go for it.
Testing.
Just
One, two,
do me a
three.
favor. Just make sure your mic's on
It
the
is.
switch.
It is. I can see me making
Yeah.
noise over there.
Yeah, but like
And it's from his because I turned it on.
okay. All right, let me turn you up just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now
Try it now.
I'm turned up.
And now
doesn't-
it doesn't look any
it-
fucking
It
different.
doesn't
Oh.
look like you turned me up at all.
Okay, whatever. Did I turn you on?
Hold on, let me try and talk as loud as you guys do.
Oh, it just clipped like a mug right there.
And there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Inverted Axis episode 32? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Episode 32. Jason, you're back again,
Howdy.
keeping your participation streak going.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look really uncomfortable.
I'm all right.
Matt, here again. Thank you
I am
for
here
joining
again, yeah.
us at your house.
Oh, you're welcome. It
Yeah.
was a little weird when I showed up and you guys were here, but it's okay.
So, yeah, how's your week going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I just remembered I had to mute my phone.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mute mine.
Me either.
Yeah.
We'll take care of that.
What have you been up to? What did you do this week?
Me?
Yeah,
Nothing.
you didn't do anything.
It was my birthday.
When was it your birthday?
The day of my birth.
But what day is that?
February 22nd. The same day as George Washington, our
Was that-
first president.
Was that Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thanks.
People don't say that. Like, did you expect people to say happy birthday to you?
No.
Did
Because
people?
I purposely took my birth date off of Facebook so I wouldn't get a bunch of random people that don't actually know my birthday saying happy birthday. Because
Yeah.
that's annoying.
But like, have you ever been anywhere and it's like your birthday, and people are like, they talk about shit, and then they're, you're like, oh well, I don't know. Let's say the conversation of birthdays come up, and then it's like, oh, well, what's your birthday? And you're like, today. And then they're like, they awkwardly have to say happy birthday to you.
Well, then happy birthday.
Yeah. Well,
Well, we went to Hella's for dinner, so I had like an enormous crab cake sandwich. And they did give me... So I ordered cherry cheesecake for dessert. So I don't normally get dessert there because I'm always stuffed from the enormous crab cake. But Marcy said, I didn't make a cake because I didn't have time, so order dessert. So I'm like, all right. So I ordered dessert, and the guy brought it with a candle in it. And he's like, happy birthday. And I looked over at her, and she's like, I didn't say anything.
So the guy was eavesdropping on you?
I guess he overheard her saying something about my birthday.
That's fucking creepy.
No, it was cool.
No, that's creepy.
I thought it was cool.
He was like leaning over you.
You know the coolest part about
sweet
it?
Nothings in your ear.
No, hold on. The coolest part about it is he also didn't put it on my bill.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, maybe not so creepy. Did he put his phone number on your bill?
It was enormous. Well, actually, no, just his address.
Don't call, just come over.
Yeah. I'll be there constantly.
So, you're 40 now.
Yes.
The big 4-0.
Yeah.
And your wife forgot to make you a cake.
I think the bigger... She didn't
said she didn't
forget.
have
She
time.
just said,
Oh,
fuck you.
she was so fucking busy. She didn't have time to make cake for your 40th birthday
She
party.
just knows how much I hate all of her baking anyway.
Yeah, her and her shitty cookies. I'm surprised she didn't make any cookies for us tonight before she left.
She did ask what we wanted, and I said, I want a bunch of stuff that Jason and Brett don't like.
Like what?
And she bought me all that.
What is it?
That
you didn't
make your own trail mix, which actually Jason does like. Yeah.
I like it.
There's a bunch of it upstairs. We can eat it after this.
We should have brought it down and ate it during.
Well, I thought
Well, that
crunchy
would be,
food would be
yeah.
bad.
Okay.
Well, now you
Clearly
just did it
don't-
anyway,
you
so we
don't
may as
listen-
well.
Clearly, you don't listen to the podcast because eating food on the podcast is like something we do half the time.
Oh, and also, I don't eat food when I'm drinking bourbon.
Oh, it dulls the flavor,
I am doing.
changes the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drinking that Manitan
too.
again.
I think that was
Mannequin?
a He-Man character.
Manitan? No,
Man
it was
at Arms.
it was
Oh,
a
yeah, Man at Arms.
Aquaman.
Or Manny Faces.
It was an
Manny
Aquaman
Faces.
villain.
Well, Man at Arms was his best buddy. Manny
Mhm.
Faces was another character.
That was the guy
Yes.
where his head spun, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he looked happy, sad, and mad.
Yep.
Was there another
Maybe
one?
that's where Tim
Tim
Burton.
happy, sad, mad, and fart, I think was the other one.
Oh, you
Fart,
guys want to hear
yeah.
some farts?
No. Don't need round two.
I bet that's where he got the Tim Burton got the idea from Nightmare Before Christmas with the mayor,
Oh,
where his
right.
head turned like that.
I forgot about that. Yes. I
My-
forgot all about that.
My realtor looked like that guy.
His head spun around? That's weird.
Well, she looked like that
Oh,
guy.
that's even weirder.
She was a great realtor, but man, she was like scary looking. I hope she never listens to this. It's gonna be
Well,
awesome.
She'd be the only one.
Number two.
Yeah, like we haven't addressed that yet. We've been doing this for over 30 episodes now. I'm coming up on a year, and nobody fucking listens to us.
Yeah, but it's fun talking.
It is.
So anyway, I did nothing else this week. What
Well,
did you do?
it's also Saturday. I haven't really done a whole hell of a lot. Friday was yesterday, right? So
Yeah, but you are doing something constantly,
yeah,
which I think is pretty cool.
which is what?
Rebuilding that bike.
Oh yeah, did I tell you about this? Kawasaki? I'm not supposed to have it.
Yeah, the one that you don't. Yeah, we talked about it. There was something wrong with the pistons, or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
piston
yeah.
Oh,
furs
okay.
locked up or something.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
you've had it that long?
I think it's coming up on about a month now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I went to the Olympics.
So you had it
2
last
weeks
time we
ago.
recorded.
Yeah,
Okay. I forgot about that.
so punched the piston out, got it out of the bore. Had to get a new sleeve for the bore, like the inline 4-cylinder. It's aluminum cylinder
Aluminum.
bore.
Block is aluminum.
Excuse me. I'm gonna say yes. It's called the jug, but like on a motorcycle, the way that they're generally built is they have the jug assembly is a separate component that the pistons sit in and ride in, basically. So on a car, it's the crankshaft and the pistons and the connecting rods are all contained within that block, which you're calling that. But with a motorcycle, it's a separate component. So I pulled that off, got the piston punched out of that. So now I have this, basically it looks like an inline 4-cylinder without the whole bottom end. It's just I don't know the fuck to describe it.
Looks like the top end of a motor.
Yeah, it's the top end of the motor cut off, basically,
Yeah.
but properly done, clearly. So
Not
it's
just
it's
hacksawed off.
yeah, it's aluminum, and the sleeves, which are these like basically bottomless cups, are pressed into this aluminum bore, and they do that because you can't make them out of aluminum because they wouldn't.
They'll melt.
Yeah, exactly, or they won't. Yeah, they won't last as long.
Right.
So. The one sleeve on the cylinder that was screwed up was completely destroyed, and you can do what I'm sure people have heard when they listen to this. Our listeners will know what it is, but you can bore it, where you basically just cut a clean edge into it, and you're taking material away. But the damage that was done to it, I would have to take too much out. So I decided to. I looked on eBay and I found a new jug with 4 sleeves in it, and it wasn't new; it was used. But the guy. He measured everything, and the measurements that he came out for those sleeves were good measurements and everything. So I got it. Excuse me. And one of the 4 of them was like nicked, and it had minor scoring in the cylinder. So I took that sleeve out, and then I took one of the other 3 sleeves out of my old bore and took that out of that, and then just swapped them. So I freshened up the bore. Honed it, cleaned it, put that back together, put a new piston on, redid the head, checked the valves, cleaned the valves. Like I basically like fully rebuilt the whole upper end of the motor. So now I'm just waiting on a couple more. I need these like little rubber dampener things, little rectangular pieces of rubber that I lost 2 of them during the teardown. They're super small. And I'm just waiting on them to put the upper end on and get it fired up. But yeah, it's taking a bunch of stuff off of it, cleaning it up at lunchtime, and the rear wheel I took off, cleaned up the brakes. I got to get some rear drum brakes for it.
It's surprising how well it's cleaning up too.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I just the original exhaust on it. It was four pipes into one, and I was excited for it because it was Kirker exhaust, which is a popular motorcycle exhaust, aftermarket exhaust. And I was going to do the Captain Kirker on it, like do a funny play on words for it. But yeah, that drifts on its own. Is that what you were just looking at?
Yep.
Yeah, I wish I had my screwdriver with me. I would tighten that then. Yeah, so that's what I generally do with it. Just let it drift and then readjust to it. But anyway, yeah, the bike's coming together. I'm just waiting on some other stuff to get for it. And yeah. But
that'll be cool though when it's done.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping it works well. Runs well, I should say.
Yeah.
But I got to do the break-in on it, which is like they say 500 miles, but I don't know.
Does everything on that thing make loud noises? Make loud noises.
Yeah. Hopefully it runs well, but I don't know how it's going to handle doing the break-in because 500 miles at 4,000 RPM or less, and to drive it home, I have to use highway. So, like, I don't know how I'm going to get it home without revving the piss out of it out on the highway. Is
there a break-in period if it's already an old engine, though?
Well, the break-in, if you're putting new components inside, because what I did to it by boring it and cleaning it up, it's basically like brand new, theoretically. Okay. I mean, it's got new components and the cylinders are fresh because you hear about cross-hatching on cylinders and stuff. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, it's a process that when you have a new motor built by a manufacturer, that's a common thing. Like everybody that gets their vehicle that has like 0 miles on it, it really isn't 0 miles. They've driven it and ran those engines for a while to make sure they're broken in.
Right.
You know, except for maybe performance motorcycles like my Aprilia, they claimed there was no break-in. They put the motor together, they fire it up, make sure it runs, and then they ship it. Oh. Yeah. So. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've been working on. But it's also Saturday, so we still got Sunday to do stuff. But what about you, Jason? What have you been doing since the last time we podcasted?
Just doing some woodworking stuff.
I don't think it's going to pick you up with it sideways.
Yeah, they are directional mics.
Oh.
So you could deep throat it again. I think that's you have the same one.
I think so. So the end won't tilt though?
Well,
It's okay. I'll just hold on to it.
There you go. Yeah, now we're talking.
Seriously, if you don't mind holding it, you could.
It's fine. It's fine.
Don't draw attention to it.
I haven't done much. I just do. I refinished some tables for my parents. They have some end tables that they bought 46 years ago when they got married, and they're finally redoing their basement to bring it up to date. And they wanted to get new tables, but my dad was like, "No, these are perfectly fine." So they're
not really updating it.
Do basements go out of date?
Yeah.
Really?
They do when it's finished.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So
but if it's just block like this, no.
Yeah.
So you're a amateur or professional wood butcher?
Amateur.
Okay.
Not professional.
Well, have you ever sold anything you made out of wood?
Yes.
Then he's professional.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm professional.
Actually, I guess
I'm a pro.
to be professional, you'd have to make your living doing it.
He doesn't look like he likes talking about it. You look really uncomfortable describing your wood butchering skills.
I'm not a type of person to talk about myself.
Well, he likes, he likes wood so much.
Speaking of wood, we have people coming to the house on Monday, Tuesday to give us quotes on dicks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to put a
Sweet.
big dick on the back of our house.
Dick.
Yeah, you need to make a nice dick though, so you can have a lot of people on
nice
your dick.
big dick.
Nice big giant dick. And they're going to make it out of that Trex sticking.
Oh,
so,
are they?
Yeah, so people
That's
don't get dick
expensive.
splinters.
Yeah, that's good
Dick
though.
splinters.
Then your dick doesn't become discolored. And
Yeah, everybody in the neighborhood's going to want to come over and hang out on my dick.
yeah, that's true.
Have you ever heard that?
And at your
that
house, they're going to
commercial?
come from miles around.
The Schaefer's Australian or New Zealand dick sealant. And then at the end of the commercial, he's like, oh, and if you like this, try Schaefer's Australian or what is it?
It's
Australian.
No, hold on. He said he had a big hole in his dick.
So
he fuxed it with caulk. And he said, if you have an extra big hole, try our African caulk.
Yeah. Just go to the store and ask them for the big black cock. The tube of big black cock. You'd be surprised how much stuff you could fucks with that.
It's true. Pretty much any hole you could fucks with that.
The dick thing I get, but the fuck.
Yeah, he just literally
Fix.
just starts saying things wrong.
Yeah, you can fix a hole with that. You can fucks a hole. That's not even how their accent goes.
No, he
man.
just makes shit up.
So what else have you been doing, Jason?
Yeah, let's talk more about you.
Yeah.
Since you don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely nothing.
That's not true. You had a Rodeo King.
That's right. I did. I ate at Burger King this week. That was fun.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
you
awesome.
had the Rodeo King?
Yeah, because it's awesome.
It was pretty good.
I tried ordering that at when Ryan and I were late guy
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and I ordered the Rodeo one, the one with the barbecue and the
It
bacon.
tastes a lot better
onion
when it
rings.
looks good.
What?
What?
When they make it right. When
Oh.
it looks nice, it tastes a lot better.
Yeah.
So if it looks good, it tastes good. If it looks like shit, it tastes like shit.
Well, I haven't had one that looks like shit yet, which is really strange.
That is really weird.
Yeah,
I've only had it twice though. But the
Right.
2 times I've had it, it's been very neatly
The good news
made.
is it's only like 1,200 calories.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say $12 because it is over $10.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yep, it's expensive too.
But it's good.
It
You
is
know what?
good.
You know what I had that looked like shit and tasted nearly the same?
Shit.
No, that was your dog
Oh,
earlier
that's
today.
right.
Did we tell you about that?
Yes.
Oh,
King eating.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're outside, and the dog's taking a
No,
his
not
one dog's
dong.
Dung. I meant to say dung.
I said dong.
Dung.
no, so his one dog's taking a dump, right? And we started talking about how dogs. It's funny that dogs eat shit, and you said how.
Yeah.
What did you say? Dogs only like it when it's fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we look over, and this other dog's over there, fucking going to town on it.
It's fresh.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
So, what have you been playing?
Me?
No, him.
Oh,
Sea of Thieves.
yeah. Me
We
too.
just played that the other day.
Oh,
Me and
really?
Matt.
That's really,
and
really
his
fun.
son. That's cool. It's fun, but it's one of those things I'm only gonna, if I do buy it, which I probably will, but I'll only play it when friends are online
Yes.
playing it. I won't play it with strangers or by myself because it just seems
I
it'd be
agree.
really boring and not fun.
I feel like it's a lot like Spin Tires, where it's a game you can go back to at any time and just mess around with, and it'd be fun with other people.
That's true. And you can do that single player. You could still pick it up and mess around.
You
sail
can.
around a little bit.
Yeah, you can.
But
it's just
it
not
wouldn't
as
be
much fun.
as fun. Yeah,
Well, that's what I was concerned with when we talked about the game originally. Was how is it going to be, like?
Well,
remember
I'm
me
also
asking?
very antisocial when it comes to strangers. Like, because you can jump in a game and it'll just load you on a ship with other people, and you can only have a group of up to 4 people. You can have a ship with 2, 3, or 4 people, but even then, I don't want to do that. But
Why?
I'm sure it can turn out fine, and you could even meet people that would like to play it with you, and you could play it all the time with people. But I just don't want to.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know.
either.
It's just a thing with me.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There's only one back on the 360. There was a game. I don't remember which one it was. But
There were
it was
a bunch of games.
It was a it was a shooter, and I played it all the time. And I actually met this guy and this girl
Were they hot?
in the game. I don't know. I think they were brother and
That's my
sister.
standard question.
Or they always played together.
Man, you're
And,
really narrowing this down for
Yeah.
me.
like they.
You mean like a first-person shooter?
Yeah, I
Oh.
think so. It may have been a Call of Duty or something like that. But anyway, like so these two people, like I would get on, and if they were on, I would join their game and I would play with them.
But did you talk to them?
Yeah, I
Oh.
would talk to them and like just inside the game.
Well, right, but that is odd still.
It was very odd, and that's the only people I ever did that with.
Speaking of that, you know you can
and
have
then we
clubs.
stopped playing the game, and
You know you can have clubs on Xbox now.
oh yeah,
So it suggested a Spin Tires club for me, like people who play Spin Tires all the time.
yeah,
There's like 4,000 people in it.
that's not very much.
It's a lot more than I thought there would be.
Oh, well,
But are
it's
they
possible.
online?
So that's the other. So I looked through. It shows like the last. Well, it shows all of them, but it also shows the last 10 days or whatever. It did 5 or 10 days, and there were many people that have been on the last 3 days, like 100 and something. So
We'll come back to Spin Tires in a second, but what else about what I was trying to say with Sea of Thieves was before, like a couple months ago, I said on the podcast that I think my biggest concern with Sea of Thieves was the being multiplayer only, and we talked about that. We thought it was going to be multiplayer only, but it ends up turning out you can play it by yourself.
you can play by yourself, but you're
it's
always playing with other people.
Yeah.
You might never see anyone.
okay, but what I mean is, like, I get that there's other people out there in the world with you, but can you can feasibly get on your own ship by yourself and do stuff, but
Oh yeah.
is it like at first it might be a novel thing to do and
Yes.
to play, but clearly you don't want to play it that way, right?
No, you don't. And it even
It'd
says
be
when you
very
pick.
difficult.
Yeah,
Because if you run into another ship
you're done.
and they decide to attack you, you're screwed.
Yeah, you can't
'Cause
steer.
You can't drive and shoot at the same time.
Yeah, like
But you can as like, I know you can't drive, but you could be going one direction, just jump off the helm and run over to a cannon.
you can, but if they have more than one person, you're done.
Yeah, 'cause
If they have more than one
yeah.
person, you have one person, you cannot beat them.
Right.
I mean, unless they're awful. But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, for
after a
example,
couple weeks, it's not going to be that.
last night me, Jason, and Lane were doing a 4-player ship, but we only had 3 people on it. Okay, so like we encountered other ships, and there's 3 sails on that ship, 8 cannons, the anchor, and the wheel, and the crow's nest. Right, so there's like all these positions you could potentially be in.
Right.
And there is no indication on the map, on your HUD, nothing, whether or not there's people out there or coming or anything. You have to keep a lookout. So like not only can you drop the sails how much you need to drop them each sail separately, but you can angle them towards the wind or not to get more speed or whatever. And like if you encounter a ship with 2 people and you have that ship, like you should just run away. Like, I mean, it's almost impossible.
Now you said that there was 8 cannons, 2 something else, a crow's nest position.
Yeah.
And how many people, like, how many people can play the game at one time per party? 4?
4, yeah.
Okay, but you feasibly could coordinate somehow with another group of 4 people and get them to jump on your ship with you, right?
Yes, if you meet another ship in game and talk to them, you're like, hey, let's not shoot each other, just get on our ship and we'll go out. You could definitely do that, yeah.
Right.
However, in this beta, or scale test technically it is, but it's just the closed beta with a different name, there is no way to have, like, if me and Jason are in the game already,
right?
There's no way to join up with your other
game.
friends that I can tell. Did you see anything like that?
Once you're already in a game?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, but I mean, well, yeah. Also, that you can't be on a ship and then invite your friend and they be on your ship with you. You can't do that either. You have to do it from the beginning.
You have to start out playing with him.
Yes, but you also can't. As far as I can tell, you can't have a 2-person ship and then meet up with your friends that have a 2-person ship either. I don't see any way to do it in the beta anyway.
Right, because you don't know what world you're being loaded into.
Correct. Now, maybe in the final game, that's all sorted out, but...
Wait a minute. So you think that there's alternate universes?
There has to be. There were like 1 million people playing that game.
Yeah.
There's no way we only ran into one ship.
Yeah, different servers, different lobbies and stuff like that.
That's what sucks.
Yeah,
so you couldn't say,
well,
hey, like if me, you, Lane, and Marcy got on,
right,
and me and 3 of my buddies,
right.
Yeah,
called him and said, hey man, we're getting on. Sea of Thieves, get on.
Yeah,
and you couldn't pop in and meet me at this island.
See, in the closed beta, I don't think so. But it's, I mean, if you look at their website about the closed beta, and also I listened to the head of Rare, Craig Duncan, talk about it. It is by no means the full game. That beta is a beta. It's like, it doesn't have all the styles of missions. It doesn't have all the styles of like upgrades. It doesn't have all the stuff on the map. It doesn't have all the like bad guys. It doesn't, like, it's not the whole game. So like it's very possible that there is a way to do it.
Absolutely.
In the final game.
And they might not even. Clearly, there's going to be network
they might
restrictions.
Not want you to.
Why? So because, you could like gang up.
Yeah, then you could gang up on people, and it could become a real.
You could have
pain in the ass.
You could be
have a giant posse.
like a army.
Yeah, but think of it this way: how hard? Let's just take for example,
but you could do that, pirates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, but you could do that in game anyway. You could meet another ship and be like, "Hey, let's not shoot each other. Let's join up." You could do that anyway.
Yeah, because the game chat, I think, if they're near you...
It's proximity, yeah.
Yeah, you can talk to them.
And supposedly they're thinking about adding a cone, like a old school megaphone, where they can hear you from further away. You can like yell into it.
That's cool.
Yeah. But anyway, maybe they don't want you to. Because you can technically do that already, but you have to work at it.
Yeah, like it'd be I guess it would be super simple to get a...
It'd be too easy to gang up.
Too easy to gang up and then just complete all the objectives.
Yeah.
Now, something that I think might work well with that is like you're already suggesting with the different sizes of the ship, right? Like if you 2 people or 3 people or 4 people to a ship, like what if maybe the ability to add more than 4 people to your party would come with a ship? You know what I mean? Like if a ship's even bigger, then it's like, okay.
Yeah. Well, apparently they are taking stuff like that into account. Like they, because originally apparently you could only do 2 or 4 people,
right? And
people were like, "Hey, why don't you just let us do 3 people on a big ship?" And that's enough people. And they added it. It's in the game now.
But like if a ship has a possibility of 10 positions, maybe not 10 people, but even if you have a party of 10 and you run over to a 3-person ship, 3-man ship, then only 3 of you can be assigned to it.
I really think. So I really like the game. I think it's a lot of fun. I think a problem they're going to have is people thinking about it like it's a Destiny game style game, because it kind of is. It's a shared world, open world type thing, but I think it's not a PvP game. It's not built like that.
No.
It's just not. Like the fighting isn't even that good. Really.
It's
not.
to me it sounds like it's more of
It's not
a
Rudimentary.
it's
Right.
like cooperative. It's cooperative.
Yes, it's more of a cooperative game with like the aspect of a threat of enemies.
Well, kind of like almost sort of like World of Warcraft a little bit, where
See, I never played that, so I don't know.
well, the reason why I'm thinking that is like I'm pretty sure you could. Did you play WoW at all?
No.
Shit. Okay, so now I'm speculating with myself here.
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, that what I'm about to say is completely correct, and I'm not joking about that, but I'm nearly positive.
Let's
so
assume that you're not wrong.
in World of Warcraft, you had your character, and out in the real world, there were certain cities that you couldn't attack the other players, the other
Oh
real,
yeah,
real
I know what
person
you're like
players.
hub worlds.
Hub
sort of,
worlds,
yeah.
right? But as soon as you left that area, you could attack each other and kill each other.
Yes.
I believe there was a level difference. Like if a level 80 came up and you were a level 10, they couldn't kill you because it would just clearly just destroy you.
Right.
But anyway, but if you joined into a server or the world that you joined into, there were caves and missions and stuff that when you went to them, if someone was in there trying to complete it already, you couldn't go in. And,
oh really?
Yeah.
See,
and
Destiny was different.
there
You'd
was
be-
cooldowns for them too. If
Oh,
someone beat
see,
it,
yeah.
it would like take like 3 or 4 hours to reset.
Yeah,
and-
Destiny's different. Like you could be in a
when I'm-
cave doing something, and someone else comes in there with you and just helps you.
Well, that's how WoW was too. You could get people.
You could do it either way.
Yeah,
Okay.
they could help you rush the dungeons and stuff. But where I'm going with this was like the PvP aspect of World of Warcraft. You didn't get anything from killing another person.
Oh, so it was optional, but there was no reason to do it.
It was just, hey, fuck you, I'm
So-
going to kill you.
And that's the weird thing
Do you
about
get
Sea of
anything?
Thieves.
Yeah.
Yes, because you could steal their treasure. If they have any. They might not even have any.
If the treasure's having the ability to, so what I was going with that was
Murder people?
if they don't have the treasure, yeah, murder people. Yeah, I heard you guys talking while I was fucking with the fucking surface.
No, you didn't. You
Yeah, I
couldn't-
did.
You
You said,
couldn't-
"Oh, as soon as we come on, we got to cut in with murder people."
No one ever said that. It's so weird that you would say that.
Anyway, so if you don't have the treasure, okay, and someone kills you, see, I can't even remember what the fuck I was talking.
You're talking about WoW.
I was, but what I'm saying in WoW is when you kill someone, there's no benefit to it. You don't get experience.
Right.
You don't get anything they're carrying.
Right.
It just fucks them over. So
Right.
like
You're just trolling. basically.
in Sea of Thieves, if you kill someone and they don't have the treasure, other than them carrying some treasure, that's what I was saying. Sorry to make this sound so confusing, but think of the treasure in Sea of Thieves as the ability to go into the dungeon and
Yes.
complete the dungeon. That's what
So-
you're taking away from someone by doing
Yes.
the dungeon before them, where with Sea of
Yes.
Thieves, it sounds like,
But so far in Sea of Thieves, even if they kill you and take you the treasure you found, it doesn't seem like that big a deal. You can
And
just
in-
go find it.
In addition to
again.
that, the treasure that you do find is on your ship. It's not on your actual person.
Right. Well, unless
So-
you're carrying it at the time.
Yeah.
Well,
But
which is rare.
Chances are
But-
unlikely.
so have you played a game yet enough where you've got the treasure and actually utilized the treasure and like what's in
Well,
a treasure?
basically, you go to this gold hoarder guy. He gives you treasure maps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go find them, and you don't open the chest. You bring it back to the guy, and he gives you gold for it.
Okay, and what do you use for what do you use?
So that's the thing with this game. This
Because
is why
it's
I
the
think it's
beta.
going to be no. I think it's going to be divisive with certain people because people who are into like PvP games. Because what happens is you bring the treasure back, you get gold for it, and then you can buy cosmetic items.
And that's
You
all they are.
cannot. There's nothing in that game that helps you be better than anyone else.
Yep.
Nothing.
Okay, there's got to be a different
No.
hook.
Everyone has the same stuff.
Right. But what I mean, like, there has to be something else in the final game that you can do with the gold. Because if all it was to buy cosmetic items for your character, that game wouldn't last in a heartbeat. I mean, it'd be like seriously,
I don't
like
know.
I get that you can buy them, like maybe currently.
So what they're saying is the point is going to be the different types of quests, and then there's also these other things like skeleton islands that you have to invade and take over.
For what benefit?
I don't know. I guess because it's fun to do.
So you level when you go
The whole-
and you get the treasure and stuff, and you bring it back to the hoarder guy. You level up.
Yeah, you do level
You
up,
get
which gives you
your,
better,
what is it
harder
called?
quests, basically.
What is it called? Reputation.
Reputation.
Okay.
So when you level up, like in particular, we had to get up to level 5 to unlock the different missions, different voyages.
And in that case, you have to purchase those missions with gold.
Right.
So that's the
okay.
other thing you
So
use
there
gold
is
for.
a point to the gold.
And they
Right.
are, and those missions are harder.
I don't see them. They have to do something where, like, there's
progress.
Yes,
Otherwise,
there's no.
So,
kind of flat
here's-
line all the
yeah,
time.
No,
yeah.
but here's
I understand.
I get what you're saying, but from what the guy has said,
Uh-huh.
he said it's going to be cosmetic items still, but you're going to get to this point where only the really good people can make it back to get enough gold to get the really high-end items. So everyone in the world, when they encounter that pirate, will know that they
Because
are.
he's got all the
He has all the
shirts
crazy shit,
and
yeah.
hats
He'll be
and-
like, and apparently you can get like
purple gun.
You can get legendary status or whatever. And
Well-
that's like they said that is the point, and they're looking into doing it so you can do it with your ships and stuff too, eventually, and all that.
No, that kind of that aligns with what you were saying earlier about how the game, like you were saying with the guns and stuff, how
Yeah.
basic everything is,
Yeah.
and when it really comes down to it, any complaint you have of the game, it's because it's trying to be a pirate game. The no
yes,
HUD,
exactly.
the no reticle when you're shooting.
Yep.
The guns
I mean,
all suck. They're
Yeah.
Well,
horribly inaccurate.
Yep.
unless you're up close, which
Yep.
is very realistic
Yep.
theoretically.
Yeah.
So,
I think they really want it to just be. They don't want it to be a PvP game, and they're trying their hardest to make it so people don't turn it into that.
right. Well, that would answer the question about more than 4 people in a party then.
Yes.
Because you're right. Yeah.
You
Like,
could go around and
yeah, you could.
rule
I mean,
the land.
yeah.
They don't want people trolling people. They want it to be a fun experience. And the whole point of the game, from what he's saying, is they want people telling, streaming, uploading to YouTube their experiences. Each time you play, it's supposed to be like, dude, remember when this happened? Or, it's your, like, the game is that story when you play that time. That's the game. Mm-hmm. That's what apparently what they want.
Yeah.
They don't want it to be like, oh, next time you go into the game, look at me now, I'm even better because I played it more than you. They don't want that.
Right. Everything's an individual thing.
Yeah.
Which makes sense with the whole just cosmetic type.
But see, that's
shit.
also why I agree with Jason. I think it's one of those games where I'll play for a while, get tired of it, but then I can come back to it a month from now and it'll be just as fun.
That is true. Yeah. Because I hate games like.
You won't feel left out because there's nothing
Yes.
to make. Like, you're not going to jump back in and everyone's better than you.
Right.
Well,
right. Which is
It
the
doesn't
big-
have that. No, it can't happen. Like, how long did we
Well,
play last
they
night,
can be
Jason?
better than you
Oh, well,
gameplay wise.
okay,
and,
yes.
like steering the ship
That's true.
and aiming the
Yes.
cannons. And
But
such,
how long
but-
did we play last night before we even encountered another human?
Oh yeah, it was a while.
But
an hour and a half?
that is a
Probably.
huge issue with your competitive style games online. Is
Yes.
you go away if you're not playing it from the beginning and constantly within a month.
Yep.
They've already
done.
said that about the new Dragon Ball Z game.
Yeah.
There's guys like they have to fix the matchmaking because you go in and you're just getting destroyed by
yeah.
people, and
Yep.
that's not fun.
Right. That's the whole thing with this game. They
Yeah.
want it to be fun. And
That
like
happened
everything
with
you can do in the game so far seriously just seems like it's designed so that it's cool shit happens. Like, like we saw this huge like mushroom cloud looking storm with like lightning shooting at it, and we're like,
So we went into it.
yeah, we're like, we
Well,
should
yeah.
definitely sail
Avoiding
into
it,
that.
but-
Yeah, no,
It was
that's
awesome.
like Matt was telling me a story.
And we didn't encounter another human. We didn't shoot anything. It was just sailing through a storm and trying to control the ship and keep it from sinking.
Yeah,
That was the whole thing.
yeah, like the
And it was awesome.
the story you told me about finding the drunk chest for the first time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was just like listening to that was just like so cool.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of I caught a glimpse of it watching your kid play upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's cell shaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's would you agree that it looks like Fortnite but a
Yeah.
little better?
So I think Fortnite ripped off Rare's style because Rare has been doing that style for a while.
Yes,
But
I agree
Rare
with
does
that.
it much better, I think.
It's like cartoony but
Yeah.
not.
But yes, it's cartoony, but looks really pretty sometimes. It's really weird.
The water,
Yeah, the water looks
the
really
sky,
good. Yeah,
like the
yeah.
people and the trees,
Right. Is kind of
rocks, all that,
average looking.
you
It
know,
just has like a style to it.
the sand, There's
but
no
like
detail to it.
right, but you
the
jump
sky and the water are the biggest.
yeah, and then you jump
detail-oriented.
into the water, and underwater looks really like I dove down really
that's true.
far. Like I went,
The
I
seaweed and all that down there. Yeah.
well, oh yeah, that too. But I was just thinking like I sailed out into the middle of nowhere, just anchored my ship, and then jumped off the ship and swam down as far as I could and looked up, and it looks crazy and creepy as hell. Like it feels like you're just in the middle of the ocean, like abandoned. It's weird. You look up and you can like see like the hull of the ship and just like light rays coming down through the water.
Yeah.
It's just crazy looking.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Now, when you anchor your ship, you just hit the anchor button and it just automatically is stuck there.
Yeah, but you don't want to, like if you're at full sail and you do it, I believe it damages the ship.
It'll buck.
Well, yeah, it
The
definitely
ship
does that.
will
Oh, yeah, it definitely does that.
I don't know how to put that in the words. You know,
Yeah,
dive.
like the bow like dips down.
like
Oh,
if you
okay.
imagine you're going 20 miles an hour straight ahead and your anchor's on the front of the boat and you drop it, what the boat would do. It would
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
nosedive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it never like
But you don't just drop it. You have to actually go to the turnstile and
And turn it.
turn it. And if
Well,
you
to
get
bring it
more
up,
than
you have
one
to turn it,
person
yeah.
on it, it turns faster.
yeah
It's
to
pretty
bring it up. To lower it, you could just hold down the
right.
button and then it
Right,
drops.
to drop it.
But it still
Gravity.
takes a while to hit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
answered my question. I
Yeah.
thought it was just like hit a button and it does
It
its own
stops.
thing.
No, it's not like a break. It like you hear it go and then like the ship lurches if you're moving.
That's so crazy that they made a cell shaded, like cartoony type game so real to life with
Yeah, it's
mechanical.
It is odd, but it makes it so good because okay, so for example, the first time we ever used the Galleon, which is the 4-person ship.
Yeah.
There were only 3 of us, but it's a big ass ship. It's so much bigger than the other one, and there's 3 sails. So I was at the ship's wheel. I don't remember if it was Jason or Lane. They put down the middle sail, and I couldn't see. Like you cannot see anything on the ship's wheel. So I'm like. And we're like, we need to go to that island. I'm like, I can't see shit. You
gotta
literally
guide me.
you have to guide them. It's so cool. Like
That sounds
just
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. That.
There is like, and that's why the co-op aspect of it, like you were saying, it's so much better. Just because, like, you would never get that experience by yourself.
You
That's
know what
also why
they
it
should
would be
do?
annoying playing with strangers because
Yeah,
at
or
any
could
time
be.
they could just jump off the boat or not listen to you,
Yeah.
turn the sail the wrong way, and you can
Yeah.
totally screw you up. if
Or
they're
you could have a
just
big
being
ship,
dick.
and you go up against a little ship, and one of the people could dive off and swim towards
Yeah.
the little ship.
Yeah, that happens occasionally too, where we lose a teammate.
Lane did that, and then they beat us. They sunk our ship, and we're like, well, you probably shouldn't have jumped off and swam for their ship for no
Stay
reason.
with the ship, man the guns.
Yeah, we have 8 cannons, and he dives off the ship to swim for their ship. But anyway, the game's super fun.
I think, actually, what's making me think of it, I went to Walmart today before.
Yeah, that reminds me of Sea of Thieves also. Because all the weird-looking people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, Walmart's so fucked up.
Yeah.
They're all fucked up. It's
Yeah,
like
they are.
fucking-
Every one of them. It's so weird.
It's so bad. They're so terrible. I don't even want to talk about Walmart, except the fact that they had $2 VR headsets.
Oh, those are probably awesome.
Well, you snap your phone in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have one of
I've
those.
seen those, yeah.
Is it any good?
I think it's awesome.
You have one of them?
yeah.
Well, so what apps do you run, though?
No, you have to.
You download the app.
No.
Huh?
No,
What?
you have to. Well,
This is just a holder. So where let me get off the subject of VR for a second, or Walmart VR, cheap VR.
Walmart VR.
Okay, would you agree that couch co-op video gaming isn't a thing anymore?
unfortunately,
Unless you get like a
It's
indie.
funny, we all say
Oh wait,
unfortunately.
I'm sorry. I don't agree that it's not a thing anymore. I agree that it's not a possible thing anymore.
Right. Indie developers doing like 2D side-scrolling retro type games, clearly it's because that's when they were co-op type games. But Sea of
Well,
Thieves,
and way more possible.
yeah, Sea of Thieves, for example. Now, clearly co-op would be fucked up, or even split screen, 4-person split screen would be insane.
But it
Why
would,
not VR?
It would work, though.
Tough.
VR would work, though. You could do
VR Sea of Thieves?
just VR co-op. Like, instead of everybody looking at a TV that's all split up, everybody's got their own fucking headsets on, sitting there on the couch, plug it into the...
Well, you can do that. You can do that.
Yeah, but you need multiple Xboxes, don't you?
Wait, oh, no, you can't do it on Xbox at all.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But think about it. Like instead of having a split screen... 'cause what's the biggest complaint with split screen co-op? is it like you were saying earlier, where you're trying to process two different games?
Yeah, it's because games push the hardware generally nowadays, and they just can't do it. Or it's more, and it's a lot more work, I would assume, for the developer. They got to get it to run 2 or 4 times.
Okay.
At once.
Biggest problem with video games is the graphics, right?
So wait a minute.
Probably, yeah.
So you're saying that the majority, if not all, of the, say, Xbox 360 or even the original Xbox games didn't push the hardware? So none of the games pushed the hardware because they had a bunch of 4-player or split screen
no, I'm
games.
not saying that they didn't. I'm just saying, like,
how's that work?
The more you push the hardware, the less likely it is to have split screen.
So
you can still do it, but then you have to down the resolution, possibly the texture,
better the game, the less
clarity,
less ability to do a split screen.
Yeah, it's just more difficult. You can do it though.
I mean, we're going down the rabbit hole here, but what I'm saying is, if it's labor intensive to the video game console to do split screen, trying to process 4 characters not computer determined like an NPC would be. Okay, maybe if the consoles are struggling to do that, which I think the main reason is because they're spending most of their processing power doing graphics. Okay, which is the biggest deficit on anything nowadays is fucking graphics.
Yeah, graphics and sometimes a physics engine, depending on
okay.
game, yeah.
So now, but look at Sea of Thieves, where Sea of Thieves is not graphically up to par with even Battlegrounds, in my opinion, on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Right.
So anyway, what if you had the VR
what if you
headset?
each had a headset?
What if you each had a VR headset and the VR was good? I don't mean current VR.
Yeah, but it's still it's
still being processed by the Xbox.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
Doesn't change anything.
So it's a moot point.
Right. However, I do think Sea of Thieves would be a great candidate for 4-player split screen.
You think so?
Yeah, because 4 people on the same ship. And like you said, the graphics aren't crazy.
That's a real thing that I'd love to look into, get the answer for it. Because you're absolutely right, Jason. I'm just thinking like fucking N64. Like the pinnacle of 4-person.
The first one that came with 4 controller ports.
Yeah. But like
built into the system.
Like GoldenEye and what the fuck's the other one?
Mario Kart and
I
know that's not what you're
Hydro Thunder.
But you're absolutely right. All these games were so big, even up into the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Split screen was always there with your Call of Duties, even.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Call of Duty still has it.
Like, why did they get rid of it, or why did they? Do they really still have split screen?
Yeah, they do.
World War II does. Me and Sean were playing it.
Really?
Sure do. Yeah.
It was cool. We did the D-Day one, which is awesome.
Oh yeah,
storming the beach.
Was it like, is the answer the aspect ratio of a wide screen splitting that in half? You know?
Oh, which way does it split it? Does it split it vertical or horizontal?
Oh, you can choose though, can't you?
Some games you can, yeah.
Horizontal would make sense.
I want to say
sometimes depends on the game.
I think it was horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it is, but there are games where you can do it the other way.
But let's go back to the VR thing. Okay, if the concern is splitting it a certain way, fucking headset, man. You got your own TV right in front of your face.
Oh yeah. For games that already have it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I know you said you just wanted to do an hour, but there's some other stuff I wanted to talk about, sort of with Sea of Thieves too, but not a different game. The Mudrunner Tires face spinner sucker.
Yeah. Spin Tires.
Mud face spin face.
Fuckers.
I think is what it's called.
Mud fuckers.
Yeah.
Mud shovel.
That's it. It's Mudfucker Spin Face. I think is what it's called.
All right, so can we take a break?
No. I don't care.
That was the weirdest combination of facial emotions I've seen.
Can we take a break to murder people?
The only thing...
You guys are obsessed with me murdering people.
Yeah. The only reason I said that is because I wanted to play more games.
I want to play Sea of Thieves,
because I had a blast watching you. I'm not going to get into it now because you want to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Bye-bye. For a little bit.
So what'd you do to it? You gotta hold the mic. You gotta hold the mic. We're talking. We're on the air.
We're on the air.
We're on the air.
Game on. We're talking.
As I just clobbered the mic.
So I have this.
It's clobbering time.
I have this Tamiya Grasshopper. It's a remote control car, like the real kind, not the Walmart stupid piece of shit that only turns left.
Like,
It's like
is it
it's a
alcohol?
hobby store kind.
Yeah.
No,
Alcohol
it's
or-
electric. Boogie woogie.
So it comes with a NiCad rechargeable battery.
Because it's from...
1978.
There you go.
Yeah. I think I already said that. Anyway.
You didn't say it on the air.
Oh.
Or the
It's
recording.
old as dirt. And
Not as old
I
as my
had
Kawasaki.
one, and my brother had one when we were younger. And my parents kept them, and I found them at my parents' house a couple years ago. And I took both of them and made one working one out of the two.
Okay.
And when I took it from them, you couldn't get any parts for them. And I went to the hobby store, which used to be down here, down in off Ritchie. And they said...
Oh, that hobby. Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, Hobbytown. It was
Yeah,
called.
that was a long time ago.
He said, "Oh, you have a grasshopper?" He's like, "People are like want those. Like, will pay a lot of money for those to buy that from you." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not trying to sell. I want parts."
Yeah.
So you couldn't get parts. So a couple years go by, and I looked for more parts, and now they came out with it again. You can buy a new one for like $120 or something like that.
Okay.
Is it the same
Anyway.
company? That company still exists?
Tamiya.
Or
Tamiya,
whatever,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Huh.
You can get all the
Weird.
parts. I bought some new parts.
Wonder what they've been doing since the
Blah,
80s.
blah, blah. Making really awesome new remote control cars.
Oh, really?
You can get some really cool.
Oh, well, yeah.
Anyway, so when I bought the new parts that I needed, I got a new battery. Because the batteries I had wouldn't hold a charge worth of shit because they're 20 years old.
Well,
Right.
and because they're NiCads.
So I got a LiPo battery.
Lithium.
And holy shit, it's twice as fast as it ever was when it was brand new. It's fast as shit.
So the reason I found this out
And
is...
you can do donuts. You can just sit there.
That's what
do
I was gonna
J
say.
turns and oh my god, it's so powerful. But
The reason I found out is I was in his basement trying to helping him make that chest. And I'm like, oh man, someone's been running the shit out of this grasshopper because the tires are like bald on the back of it.
completely, there's knobby tires. They have spikes sticking out of them.
Yeah.
The center is completely smooth because you hit that gas and it just
Really?
spins in space.
Really?
It's awesome.
Back when electric
So cool.
RC cars were good and
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I can't believe that motor hasn't burned up yet. But I guess
Yeah.
that's also good.
Well, that's what it's something I've always wanted to do is get like a alcohol or gas powered RC car.
Called Nitro.
Nitro, yeah. And just I've always wanted one. Like
Yeah.
fucking always wanted one. Like
My
the,
brother-in-law had one.
but they're completely not pointless, but like when you make a bigger purchase, you kind of have it has more than just an intended purpose. Like if I were to buy an RC car, it literally would just be to take it to a giant parking lot and like run it around,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Yeah.
And they're expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
Where like not to bring the Kawasaki up again, but it was wasn't super cheap, especially after I've been putting all this money into fixing it. Don't tell my wife. But I can ride it back and forth to work, and I'm going to get other intended uses out of it. Whereas the RC cars, even the I even like the not the 4-wheel drive ones, but the off road style that
Yeah.
could do like 60 mile an hour down
Yeah.
your backyard or something.
Oh,
But there's
they have
just
the rock crawlers too.
Yeah, those
Really?
are nuts.
there's
I
just
saw two people with bloody puns
Oh, yeah?
a while ago, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like they were literally rock crawling
Yeah.
up this path that you would or just walk up, and
Yeah.
it was cool.
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But no. I mean, just other than just enjoyment,
Yeah.
you can't get anything else
Yeah,
out
so
of them.
my brother-in-law Chris had I don't know, it's a long time ago. I guess they were alcohol at the time. Anyway, he used to race it. I forget where we went. I went and watched him one time, and she was racing it the one time, and like something on it broke, like a servo to steer it, I think it was, and it just kept doing like donuts.
Yeah.
And he had to run out on the trail. It was like a dirt track with jumps and stuff. It was cool as shit to watch, and they're flying. Like those things are fast as shit. And so he ran out to get it, and it's fucking doing donuts around circles. He just grabs the fucking thing. You know, Chris, he's fucking crazy. He just runs out and grabs it, and like it like nearly took his index finger off because it was spinning so fast, and he's like bleeding all over the place, walking back with the thing. I'm like, and then we had to leave because he had to go. He didn't go to the hospital, but it was like, what the hell?
I had a my sister's boyfriend years and years ago. He was he bought a off-road, like legit alcohol nitro powered RC car, and I remember he brought it over to my parents' house, and my parents had like 15 acres, 10-acre front yard, so it was perfect for it. Just hammer down and go. And he pulls it out, and he's like, yeah, I haven't really run it much or any of this other stuff. Puts it down and rips it, fires up, full throttle, just tears off down the field. Just hauling ass, and he's like got the remote in his hand. It's it's not responding to anything. It's just, and it like goes and it hits this rut and like cartwheels and like brakes and shit. Like it didn't destroy it, but it was just funny that it was just like, yeah, I haven't. It was basically like, this is the first time I'm driving this, and then it just flips and brakes.
Sounds like he turned it on before he turned the remote on,
I guess, or something, man. But it was a sad shame. But
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it was cool as hell. I'd always wanted one. I think I'm going to get one eventually.
Of driving through the dirt.
Oh yes, good segue.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking
I did
about
that.
it. So I've been playing
Mudfuckers
tire suckers.
I was trying to figure out what you all were like. Good segue.
You didn't know what the segue was.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
You never seen one of those off-road segways with like the knobby tires? They're cool.
They're not knobby anymore though.
They're not?
Mm.
Oh, because of the lithium polymer batteries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the past
face.
Yeah. Before we were, dude, get these away from me. First off.
Yeah, bring them over here.
Yeah.
So we have dark chocolate covered cranberries.
God,
they're really
like,
good.
Addictive.
It's not. It's just
I actually
shaped.
I genuinely feel bad that they're not within reach now.
Oddly shaped M&Ms.
That's what it tastes like.
Without a candy coating.
Yeah, they're actually amazingly delicious.
Yeah, they are. They're tragically malicious.
What is the legit name for this game? We've talked about this game before on the podcast. You described it.
Mudrunner Spin Tires.
Mudrunners by Spin Tires.
Nope. So it used to be called
Spin
Spin Tires. No, it used to be called Spin Tires. When they launched it on consoles, they did a huge update to it, and then launched it on consoles and relaunched it on Steam as Mudrunner Spin Tires. Actually, I think it says Mudrunners a Spin Tires game.
Yes, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So you talked about it at length in the podcast before, and I had never played it, so I spent about, what would you say, about an hour or so playing it tonight? Maybe a couple hours.
You played an hour playing it, and then another hour trying to unplay what you had played.
So
translation, it played an hour to get stuck, and then an hour to get unstuck.
Right.
Yeah. So, man, that game, like, for those who don't know what it is, so it's a
logging game.
Yeah, basically, it is the way you described it. So you have all these like old. It reminds me of exactly. So you explained it to me a while ago as if you felt like this guy in like the middle of Russia built this game.
Well, he did.
Okay.
So exactly
all the trucks that are in this game that you can play with, they're all like ancient fucking 60s and 70s style trucks.
But they are all real.
They are real, yeah.
Yeah.
They're real vehicles.
So they are some aren't four-wheel drive, some are.
Actually, there's one in it that's literally a sedan.
Is it?
Yes.
A Mercedes. I say it looks like a Mercedes.
Yeah, it does look like one. I don't know if it is,
but they're just all these like old utility trucks, and yeah, it's just you got to get. It's like a point A to point B type game, and you have all these different ways you can do it, and the mud physics in it are really good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like super realistic.
Yeah, you can change gears, you can lock the four-wheel drive in, you can unlock it, you can lock the differential, you can unlock it, and you have like fuel consumption, and you have the
time of day,
the mode that I was playing in. Yeah, and yeah, it was just I actually enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to, especially the one point where like you were joking about, but you had me. I played a couple challenges at first, which were kind of cool because like the one challenge I played, was Jason here for it?
No, not the
Okay,
first one.
so the first challenge, and you might have played the challenges already, but the first one's where you have to take the truck, go pick up a trailer, and then take the trailer to another spot, drop it off. And the challenges are neat because there's certain clearly with challenges there's certain restrictions and criteria. Yes, thank you, that you need to complete it within a certain amount of time. And then there's bonuses where, like for that one, it was you got up to 3 stars. First one was completing it within the time limit. Second one was once you hook up to the trailer is to not leave cockpit view. Now, cockpit view allows you to look around the cockpit, but the mirrors don't work on the truck that I was driving, or I think, do any of them work?
No, they don't. Okay.
So it really basic thing with truck driving is you always have your blind side of your truck, which is the passenger side.
However, it does allow you to look hard left, which you can basically see it. You're basically sticking your head out and looking out.
Yes, you're sticking your head out the window and you're looking out to the back of the trailer.
Yeah.
And once you hook up to the trailer, you have to not leave cockpit view. And then the third star would be stay in your lane on the road when you drive, which another sidebar, there's no other traffic in this game whatsoever.
No. There's also no way of telling where the lanes are.
I saw the lines a little bit, but yeah, I didn't know it was a 2-lane road.
Also, the weird thing about it is that challenge mode is the most paved roads I've ever seen in that game.
Well, that first one was. It was this is how it is.
Yeah.
And then you go to the second challenge, and there was no paved roads whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I did that. That was super cool. You have to line up the truck. You have to drop the trailer in a specific spot. You got to back it in. There's not enough room just to pull in, which is really cool. The challenges make you back the trailers in and stuff. But the second mode that you dropped me into was like the free mode, I'll call it.
Well, it's actually it's the main game, I guess is what you would call it.
So I had basically I was attempting to go to an area to pick up logs and then transport said logs to the depot that receives said logs.
Yes.
Said that very
that's exactly
diplomatically.
The lumber mill.
The lumber mill. Thank you.
Yes.
You pick the logs up from the log station.
Right.
Or
Or
the log kiosk.
depending on what mode you're playing.
Hardcore mode.
Yeah, so the funny thing was, in that mode, I picked the truck, I picked the truck, put the crane for the logs on the truck, and then the trailer to receive the logs from the crane that was hooked to the truck. And so this whole like gaggle of equipment.
Yeah.
And
but you have to set up your truck with everything you want first too.
Yeah, and you can't put certain things on without having other things hooked up, and you can't put other things on if certain things are hooked up, which is kind of cool.
It's not real user-friendly. You're lucky we were here to walk you through it a little bit, because it was a pain to figure out.
Yes, no, absolutely. And so I pull up the map, and I'm starting in like the south middle of the map, and I have to go all the way to the west side of the map, then all the way up north to go to this kiosk. And there's like basic roads and shit.
Yeah.
Not paved fully, but there's like a trail, basically.
Yeah, basically a trail.
So the joke that I had was when I pinged the kiosk, it was like it showed me how the crow flies path. So I'm like,
straight.
I'm going that way. And I would have to say for the majority of the trip, I was doing pretty good. And then I stuffed myself into a woods.
Yeah. I tried to drive through a forest.
I spent like
with
half an hour.
a huge truck and a trailer on the back of it.
With a crane on the back of the truck. So I spent like half an hour trying to get unstuck. I jammed a tree in between the trailer and the truck. But I think I could have got out of there eventually.
But
I disagree.
It would have been.
You would have just got wrapped around another tree.
I was running out of fuel, and
that's true. You wouldn't have gotten out. You would have run out of fuel.
Yes.
Yeah, I was running out of fuel, and the thing that I liked most about it was, like you just described, I got stuck and wasn't moving, and I was just poking at it for like half an hour trying to get undone.
Most games would be like, game over, start over. It doesn't. It's just like it's like screw you.
And like when you run out of fuel, you just run out of fuel and the truck shuts off. Yeah. So now you're like, well, now I got to go get the fuel truck and go fill that up. Then take it all the way to this other truck if you really want to get that truck out.
If you think you can get that truck far enough into the woods to refuel it.
But like
get the fuel truck stuck.
Yeah, get the fuel truck
which
stuck.
Is most likely what would happen.
But I love like Excuse me.
The freedom of it.
Whew, man, I had to clear my throat.
That
Sorry.
was good.
So, yeah, the freedom, and also, like, you can hook up a winch, and you can winch different points on the vehicle to different trees and stuff, and I love the shifter in that game.
Yeah,
like, so
it is
you have
cool.
automatic, but then you also have, you can go to manual, which is, like, for, like, low range, I think.
Yeah, there's like it's like basically first gear and then first plus, it almost creates it like a CVT because it just kind of winds out and keeps going.
Yeah, it does
But-
have a limit, but
It does, but
like real trucks, they have high and low range.
Yeah.
So like every gear, that's where trucks get like 12, 15, 18 speeds is where, you know, they might only have 7 gates on it, but they have a split differential. So every gear has 2 essentially to it. First high, first low, second high, second low.
yeah,
Dogs barking at someone.
yeah, I don't know. It's probably
So-
something outside.
But like it's not just where the normal shifting in the game where you click up or down on the right stick. It's you press the right stick in to tell the game that you want to shift manually, and then you literally will move the bar in the gates on a shifter up to the
Yes,
correct shift.
yeah.
Like it's just that
It
little
feels
touch
like
right
you're
there.
shifting,
yeah,
sort of,
it does.
yeah.
It actually really does.
Yeah.
And I really like that part of the game. And yeah, the dynamic of it is great. Like getting stuck and just trying to get yourself unstuck, and I don't think the physics of the mud is as accurate as you described initially, but it's still fun.
Yes, yeah. It's not like I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Well-
it isn't crazy accurate, but it is the most accurate I've ever seen.
Yes, yeah.
It's
So like the more you load on your truck, the heavier it is physically, and then
yeah.
the harder it is to go through shit. And
Yeah.
I just think,
The harder you press the gas, the more you can dig yourself in.
yeah, you dig yourself down.
Yes,
and
gas has a great effect
what's this?
on the driving too. If you mash the gas, whether it, if you actually go off-roading, sometimes just light gas will pull you out of
Yes.
something, whereas mashing the gas will just
That's
dig you
Yes.
in, and that it works that way in the game.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said with the automatic transmission, sometimes with it, like you'll be going good, and then all of a sudden it's in like 5th or 6th gear,
Yeah.
and then you hit a hill, and it's like you lose all your momentum because
Yeah.
the truck's trying to shift down when
Yeah.
you should just
also
stick
just
to,
like real life.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and if you were able to like do like a full on manual
Yeah,
shifter,
it would be awesome.
that would be really cool.
It would be, yeah. Because the way the shifting works in that, you could definitely do that.
Yeah, you could
Well, you just leave it in first.
well, yeah, but then you're crawling.
yeah,
but what
but
I'm
then-
saying is,
yeah.
Manual first. If you do automatic, then it goes second first, second first, second
Right,
first.
but that's what we're saying.
second
If
first.
say the truck has 5 gears, it'd be cool to be able to shift through to any of those 5 gears you want.
yeah, like in my
manual.
opinion, automatic transes will sometimes shift you up to like the higher gear
God, that was fucking loud.
when you don't necessarily need it. So like instead of you could wind out 3rd gear and keep your momentum and speed up rather than the thing jumping up
Shifting
to 5th
early
or
to
6th.
4th
yeah,
or whatever, yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's just a little touch I thought would be cool. But yeah, just it's been a while since I played a game like that where I was doing nothing for half an hour, basically, like trying to get myself unstuck. And the whole time I was doing
yeah.
it, I was like, I wasn't even thinking about, man, this blows. I was just like, oh,
How
I think
can I get through this?
I spent like 2 minutes holding down the gas, working the tires back and forth
Yeah.
because I thought
Yeah.
maybe the truck was moving.
Yes.
And then I'm like, no, it's not moving. I'll try something else. You know, it was just
It's funny because the way you're talking about this game. So I've been really into this kind of game recently, where there is a game to it, but it gives you so much freedom that it's just kind of like, and it doesn't walk you through anything. Like this game and Sea of Thieves is very similar to me. It's obviously not the same kind of game, but it's very similar. It doesn't really tell you how to do anything at all, really. It doesn't tell you how to sail a ship. It doesn't tell you how to put the sails down. It doesn't tell you anything.
Right,
It
that's
doesn't
true.
tell you where
That's a very
anything
good
is. But it's just kind of, you go out and have fun, and that's how that game feels to me.
yeah, it's very objectiveless. Like Sea of Thieves,
can
like you
be,
were
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
You can go get the treasure.
Yeah, it can
treasure,
be.
And you can do certain things, but
but the story
You
is
can
the fun part.
Just boat the whole time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when Jason and I, we were playing Spin Tires the other night, and it was like, yes, we completed we got halfway through completing the stage, but that wasn't even the thing. Afterwards, you're like, oh, remember when, my truck got halfway through that stream and ran out of gas, and I had to go get it and refill it, but then I didn't bring gas with me, and I had to go all the way back. Like, it wasn't like, we weren't like, hey, remember when we beat that? It has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Sort of like Sea of Thieves, where it's like,
the
hey,
experience at
remember
that
when
time.
we... Yeah, right. It's not like, hey, remember when we got a bunch of money for a chest? Like, it doesn't matter. It's like, remember when we sailed into that storm and it was blowing holes in the ship,
Yeah.
It's like,
it's
it's very
experiences
similar.
over completions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
love
think
that. I'm really into that right now.
I really think games are shifting that direction with stuff, and I like games like that. I feel like developers, when they make games, if it's not a giant, huge success, that it never gets any attention as far as making it better. Like, say for example, the beta of Sea of Thieves. How long could you play that for before you're like, man, I just wish there was something else? Even when the main game comes out, how long are you going to play?
Time.
Yeah,
I think so.
I could personally. Yeah, I love just messing around with it. Yeah,
Get a couple of your friends, jump on a boat, and just
literally sailing was fun.
do anything.
Just picking a point on the map and saying, we need to go to this island, and then figuring out how to sail there.
How are the three of us going to play this tonight? Or is one person going to play and we're just going to watch?
No, we got that worked out. I got it upstairs, I got it down here, and we got Lane.
So who's...
So two of us and my son can play all at once. And we'll just... And I've already played the shit out of it, so I'm okay if you play
I'll probably watch for a little bit just to get the hang of things. But anyway.
But the point is, we can do it, or you can just play it, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But
Mudfuckers, Tire Suckers is awesome.
Mudfuckers, Spin Face is a really good game. And it's only $40.
We waited over the years. There's always
the look on your face is so funny.
You look like you were so disgusted
me and
with
Matt
yourself.
have always been looking for an off-roading game.
Yes.
And none of them
4x4 Evo
have ever
we did play the
come
shit
close
out
to
of
what this is. Yeah, you get ones that are close and they're fun.
Yeah.
But not like off-roading like this.
No, not like this.
Not
This is like
this.
that's what I'm saying. Like, yes,
there's
the
no
mud
other
isn't
like it.
exact, but it's like so close.
Attention to detail with the mud, and it may not be totally accurate, but it's
No, you're right.
way better than any other
I mean, like,
off-roading game.
I mean,
didn't mean
hands down. Like, it's not even close.
I didn't mean that as like a knock against it.
No, I know.
There were certain points where when I was sitting in like really muddy, watery mud and I was just spinning the tires, like you wouldn't just sit there and spin tires. No pun intended. You would literally
it would have
dig
dug
yourself
down to the bottom and hit
frame.
hard stuff.
Yeah, or it would have dug down till your suspension bottomed out, and then you would just sit there. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess
now you can high center on rocks. I've done that.
Yeah, but it was great. Like it's been a while since I played something like that, and us playing Midtown Madness 2 a little bit before that. That reminded me of that was a game
that was a game of
literally
real physics.
Yes, very realistic physics. I just literally would play that game for no point whatsoever. Just drive around the city for hours.
That's what I was saying. He's like, because a while ago we were talking about it, and you're like, you said something about, remember that one race or whatever? I forget how you worded it. I'm like, I don't think I ever did any of them. Like, I literally don't. Was it you? Maybe it wasn't you.
But
anyway,
I mean, maybe.
The point was, Jason and I played that game for, I had to have been hundreds of hours. And I never did a race. Did you? Like, did you ever do anything other than cruise?
Yeah.
You did? You did like the blitz mode or whatever it's called, or car races?
I feel like I did.
No, I definitely never did.
I always try. You buy a game, and I always try the actual game. If it's one of those open world kind of, you can go around to wherever you want. I mostly do that, but I'll always give the actual game part a try. Okay. You know, so
I kind of like the dynamic of how the Burnouts and the Need for Speeds did it, where it was like open world-ish and you just kind of ran into objectives to do.
Yeah.
So you could just fuck around and drive all over wherever the fictitious city was, but then at the same time, if you're like, oh, here's
Forza
a
the
challenge.
same way. Forza Horizon. You
Yeah.
just-
Yeah, that's very similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh,
Yeah.
that game's so good.
How do you feel if they were to put like some crazy car in Mudrunners?
Like what?
I don't know.
Like a Wrangler?
No, like, well, yeah, but like something like hogged out and like really off road, like big fucking tires.
So
like
it's funny you should
powerful
say
engine.
that.
That'd be badass.
I had a version of it, which I think is just one of the beta versions on PC, but you can still put the mods on it, oddly enough. And I had a mod for like a big lifted Wrangler, like, and
In
it's
Mudrunners.
yeah, it's not fun
Really?
because you can just go through everything. It's too easy.
That makes sense. I guess that makes.
We've had that
That's how
talk
it
about
is.
in real life too.
Yeah, in real life, yeah.
Yeah,
If
you
had this
build one of those big
huge-
like rock crawlers, and then it's not really fun anymore
because you can just go over anything.
yeah, you just go through everything. If you have a stock vehicle, it's way more fun
Yeah, because it's
or
more
close to
challenging.
stock.
That's a good point. No, that's absolutely a good point. Getting stuck is part of the challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Like you need to beat that hill, or
Did you
whatever it is.
Remember the first that first challenge I did? I literally hooked up to the trailer and I come out, and as I'm coming out of this area, excuse me, there's literally the path splits, and the left side is like mud dry, and the right side's mud into this giant puddle, and I just went right into the puddle.
Yeah, and I was like, if he had played this game before, he would not have done that. And he got stuck.
yeah, I was sitting there and I had a winch to like
He was
4
stuck
different
for a
trees,
while.
like just like kept grabbing me and pulling me out.
It is like just like when he drove through the forest. We were both like, "Well, he's done."
Yeah.
Yep.
You're gonna get stuck.
If you played this before, you would have not done that.
I almost
We've done
made it
this
through.
before.
No, you didn't.
There were. I saw the clearing on the other side.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I definitely would have ran out of fuel.
Yeah, that's the thing. You might have made it further, but you would have run out of fuel.
Yep.
All right. So, have you been playing anything new?
Yeah. Microsoft Treasure Hunt.
That game is so good. It's funny. He said that as a joke, but that game's really fun.
It's I've had literally nothing to do at work for eons.
Yeah, for the
And,
same reason we have little to do.
Yeah, same exact reason.
We have
pretty
no
much.
money.
So
I thought
I've been
we have
playing
money
like,
now.
I'm at work, and it's a work PC, so we can't like have games and such on it. So I've been playing the Microsoft, Solitaire, Free Cell.
Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So I
actually
went to
love
Microsoft
Minesweeper.
Store and was like, "Hey, well, what free games do they have?" I said it's safe to download from Microsoft, right? And instead of going on and playing Flash games or whatever. So I see
Yeah.
this one. It's Minesweeper Treasure Hunt or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So I download it, and it's like a Indiana Jones meets Minesweeper.
it's so good.
Is it
kind
really?
of
Yeah, it's
side
real good.
scroll kind of thing.
Can I play it on mine?
Yes, you can.
It's neat. I got
real
to
good.
I got to level 12 the other day.
Mm-hmm. It gets real hard.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I wouldn't say it's fun. I mean, if you like
No, it is
Minesweeper, which a lot of people don't like Minesweeper,
No.
and they
Well,
don't
those
like it
people
just
are
because
stupid.
they can't.
They don't
can't
they
figure
don't know
it
how
out
to play it.
works.
Yes.
Yeah, but once you learn Minesweeper, it's fucking
Some people
easy.
cannot learn it though.
It's so well, I'm saying that because I know how to play it, but
It's not. If you play Expert, I mean, it's tough to beat Expert.
Actually,
not really.
sometimes it's literally you have to guess.
Yes.
very
Oh, it
rarely,
is
in
guess.
my opinion.
There is guessing
Yeah.
because you get a 2 and a 3.
Yeah,
But anyway.
you
Let's
work-
not go real deep into how
Yeah.
Minesweeper works.
So it's a cool game.
Yeah, I really like that game.
I like it. But
It was so
but
funny
you
that
have to
they-
like Minesweeper.
The
what do
way
you-
the day you told me you were playing, I'm like, I love that game. You're like, no, you don't.
Can you put some of those addicting cranberries on here? No, I don't want the whole dish.
Yes, you do.
No, fuck, man. Oh, they're so good. All right, take them away. So,
Away
what
with
it-
you.
like, is it you? Are you just playing Minesweeper in like an Indiana Jones type?
No.
Yes, but
Yes.
you're a guy.
No.
You have a guy, and you move the guy,
Uh huh.
and you have to break down these dirt blocks, and
Yeah.
there's numbers under the blocks, and there's gold, and there's enemies you can shoot with arrows, and doors you can open, and you can get a pickaxe and break through some walls.
Yeah.
There's hidden rooms you can go in. Think Zelda, original Zelda
Yes.
meets Minesweeper. That's a more accurate
Mixed with Spelunky.
description. Yes, mixed with spelunking.
Mixed with Spelunky. Okay.
It's really good, though.
I never played Spelunky.
It's cool.
It's free, and it's fun.
Yeah. I mean,
So why
how
would
can
you
you
not
get
play
wrong
it?
with free and fun?
Right.
Oh,
Stop
you
arguing with
You
us,
can
Brett.
go wrong with free and fun.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
STDs.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, STZs aren't fun though.
Yeah, but
Right.
something that's free and fun can give you STDs.
Well, it's
They can
if
also
you're getting
give you,
STDs from it, it's probably not free.
They can also give you incriminating pictures.
Anyway,
Does someone have incriminating pictures of
next
STDs
topic.
Yes.
other
Blue
than the
waffles.
CDC?
Go ahead and do me a
Oh.
favor and Google blue waffle.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, but blue waffle is actually not a real thing. It's fake.
No, it's got blueberries in them. I have some in the freezer.
Oh. There was a joke at a veterinarian clinic that I saw on a billboard.
What has 2 legs and bleeds?
No,
There was a billboard in a veterinary clinic. That must have been a big ass veterinary clinic.
it was on the outside. It was like the road sign.
I'm choking on a cranberry.
It was. What did it say? Hold on.
I got
Anybody know the Heimlich?
Just let it dissolve in your mouth.
That's what she said.
That's gonna be so fucking loud.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit!
Clip.
I'm gonna ask my wife what that sign said because we saw it this morning.
You saw a
on a
billboard
sec.
in a vet.
Okay, Google.
No, you just activated everyone's phone.
Text.
Who do you want to text?
My wife.
I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Well, it doesn't
Okay,
know.
no problem.
Text. I don't want to say it on the podcast.
No problem.
Okay, no
Um,
problem.
What
I won't
did
force you.
that sign say at the vet clinic today?
It said word to
No,
your
it was
mother.
a really bad play on words.
Oh boy.
It was like something about Eastern food, Middle Eastern food, and then falafel at the end of it. It was really bad.
That picture. Are you injured?
Oh,
Get out of here, you stupid injured piece of shit, or whatever it was.
That was so funny.
Did I save that picture?
That was so funny. Holy shit.
Get out of here, you injured piece of shit.
That's so funny.
I had to have saved it. I had to have. Oh, here you go. When I get hurt and turn to my friends and family for love and support, and this is a billboard that says "injured?" ? Go fuck yourself, you injured piece of shit. Oh god. Oh, response from not response from the wife. It was such a terrible joke. It was so bad, but it was like I ate Middle Eastern food. Oh, that's what it was. So like I don't know, some bullshit. I ate Middle Eastern food, and then I falafel. Feel awful.
Oh. That is really bad. I didn't even
That's
get
pretty
it.
bad.
And it was on a veterinarian clinic's like outdoor sign, not like, hey, come by for a free dog
Oh,
checkup.
it was like one of those ones where you put letters in.
Yes.
Oh.
And it literally, all it said was this really bad joke
Was
about
there
falafel.
That's awful.
a Middle Eastern restaurant next to the vet clinic?
I don't
Be
know.
wrong.
I ate too much Middle Eastern food. Now I falafel.
That's so bad.
That's pretty bad.
Oh, man.
I like bad jokes, and that's just bad.
There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to download that Minesweeper Indiana Jones thing.
In Diana Jones and the Temple of
Yes.
Poon.
Oh, another text message. Smiley face. My wife loves emojis. Just in
doesn't?
case you guys were wondering. I hate emojis.
Wow.
When my daughter first got a phone, she would use emojis, but she didn't quite understand how they worked or what they meant. So she would like text you, and there'd be all these random emojis afterwards.
The funniest part is he can't get away from the mic. So he's like, holy shit, do we need to take a break? Push the mic away from you. Look at the pickup bar. Holy shit. That's the second time you've choked on those cranberries. Oh my god. So what was so funny to begin with? She doesn't know how to use emojis?
They're like smiley. Only a picture of my face. A picture of my. It was like they're smiley faces. You don't know what that means.
Oh my
Then
god.
I thought about the first. Then I thought about the Deadpool movie, where he thought the poop emoji was chocolate pudding for the longest time, or whatever he says.
I watched a thing on Instagram where this little girl was like, the mom showed her that poop emoji, like stuffed animal thing.
Smiling pile of poo.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, that's pudding. And the mom's like, no, it's not. And she's like, yeah, it is. And this little like 10-year-old girl, it's like, no, it's not. Oh, speaking of poo, my wife's a teacher, right?
Yes.
This will be the second.
I don't like where this is
This
going.
is the second shit conversation during this podcast. So she's first grade, and the elementary school she's at's K through 5. But she told me that one of the kids had to have taken a dump during the day, then scooped out the shit
Oh my god!
and spread it all over the inside of the stall, and then was writing in it. And they didn't fucking find it till after everybody went home and the janitor went in to clean the bathrooms. Oh, it was so terrible. How did you not
Ew.
fucking smell that?
Why would you do that though?
Oh, like,
First
I
of
mean,
all.
little kids, I get that. Did you see
No.
the picture Greg sent you of his grandson or whatever?
No.
Or
I'm sorry, I've
Yeah.
you never had kids play with turds
I
in the
have
toilet?
one little
No.
one, but been through 2.
I had
Never had any poop problems.
So I've never personally known anybody to do that, like kid-wise, with kids or anything like that. But I've heard of it a ton.
I've heard of pooping and then peeing and trying to shoot down the poop.
Well, yeah, but that's
Break it up.
Yeah.
I do that when I flush.
Yeah, that's fun.
I have to try to like.
This is the worst story ever for a podcast.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Next.
she said she's like, I wonder what they. What they did after they did that. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, think of the type
Hopefully
of kid.
wash their hands.
Think the type of kid that would do that. Do you think they're the type of kid that would wash their hands? You had to have smelled it when you came back into the classroom. You can't get that smell off your hands when you do that. Even if you wash
you can
them.
wash your hands, sure. You ever gotten poop on your hands?
Yeah.
Yes, many
Well, you
times.
wash it off, and it doesn't smell anymore, right?
Do you know water intensifies the smell of fecal matter?
Do you know what else does?
Yeah.
Microwave.
Have you put shit in the microwave?
What? No.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
All right. So, what have you been playing? Anything new?
I just told you what I was playing.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been playing anything new. I had downloaded Final Fantasy VII on the Vita.
Oh, did you?
I did. Never
The
touched
remake?
it. No.
Oh, no, the remake's
the
not out
OG.
yet.
Yeah.
The original.
I got stuck in Resident Evil 7 again.
Oh yeah, as the
sucks.
daughter.
Sorry?
As the daughter.
Yep. I have a handgun with 2 bullets,
It's the worst.
and there's like 3 of those black monsters outside of the door. Yeah, it sucks.
And you just... there's 3 monsters and 2 bullets.
Yeah, and
You
it
probably
takes like
couldn't
10
even
bullets
kill-
to kill one of
I was
them.
going to say, you probably couldn't even kill one of them.
It's horrendous
What do
because
you
I lost
do?
all my weapons.
What do you do?
Restart.
Well, I found a glitch,
There you go.
which is awesome.
Video games.
What's the glitch?
The door. If you open the door and close it, it'll kill him.
Really?
Yeah. If you got to get it right. It takes a couple times, but you can stand in front of the door and you hit A, and the door will open. Then you hit A again, and it'll close.
So you got to slam their fingers
You
in the
time it
door.
right, it'll kill them.
So you have to time it right in 2 times
they
in a
have to
row.
like come halfway through the door
3
and
times
close
in
the
a
door on them.
Oh, you see, or you had 3 guys. There's 3 guys outside.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Do they all come in at once?
No, they're timed on your distance from the door.
Oh, okay.
So when you open the door, they're not there, but you go, 5 feet, and one comes from this hallway,
Okay.
one comes from this hallway.
Are they fast? Are they fast?
One of them is.
What? I thought they were all the same. I thought they were all the same.
No.
Oh.
The more you talk about this game, which isn't a whole lot, I really want to play this game.
Yeah, it
It's
sounds
really-
so cool, but I don't think I would like it. I want to watch like
It's
Marcy
awesome.
play it.
Yeah.
No, actually, I've never seen you play any horror survival
No,
games.
I like watching them, but I don't really like
But
playing.
it is a good game. It's a very good game. It's the best Resident Evil, in my opinion. And I want to beat it so I can start playing Evil Within 2.
I heard that's really good.
But I don't want to start playing that until I beat Resident Evil 7
Yeah, well, I
because
don't
then I'll
blame
get
you for-
lost.
So
Don't want to.
even within 2, the best part of the game is when you transfer over from hell to the real world. Oh wait, am I spoiling something for you?
I haven't even played
No,
the
that's
game
in
yet.
Doom.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just talking bullshit. I've listened to people talk about Evil Within 2, and it sounds really good. It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been playing anything other than Yakuza, which I haven't played a whole lot more of it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I want to. I haven't been playing anything. I've just been working a lot and spending a lot of my time working on that bike and doing other side jobs and shit.
Yeah.
But definitely going to try to put some time into that this week.
Are you working on that bike at work?
Yeah, during lunch and stuff.
Well, I wasn't like trying to call you out. But I was thinking, I know you didn't tell a certain someone that you have this bike.
Oh, I told
so
the wife. Yeah, she
If it
she
was in
doesn't
your
like
garage, then she would absolutely know. So
it.
Well,
So
it's not in the garage, but he did tell her.
yeah, I did tell her. She wasn't thrilled, to say the least. Her argument initially was I couldn't get the bike because we didn't have room in the garage. So I got the bike and I left it at work. Solves that problem in my eyes.
right?
Then her rebuttal was, I told you not to buy it. And I said, no, you told me not to get it because we didn't have room in the garage. I didn't bring it home, so thus it's not in the garage to clog up the garage.
Right. Problem solved.
Yeah, right?
Why is she worried about the clogging up the garage? Then
She just
that's
didn't
your
want it.
domain.
Yeah, well,
Right?
no, I mean, the garage that's attached to the house is the two of ours domain.
Well-
And I also think that currently I am clogging it up with my other 2 motorcycles and my giant toolbox and my giant roll-around cart and a fridge that's broken and doesn't work. You know, I need my big garage. Get the big garage up, put all my shit out there, and then she can't say anything about it. And she doesn't care. You know, ultimately she doesn't care they got another bike. She just cares that I did something that she didn't want me to. Which, you know, I understand. And I apologized vehemently about it, but
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than beg for permission.
yeah, but I don't like doing that to her. She respects me a lot more than I give her credit for. She's great. I mean, fuck, I got 3 motorcycles, and she's not really saying much about it.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, other than Yakuza, not much. Got a couple things I downloaded for the Vita when I went overseas, but the time change when I went to Korea was it was 14 hours difference. So, I was just completely
That's
fucked up.
nearly half a day.
That's more than half a day.
What's that?
I don't know how that works. I don't get it.
Because time doesn't exist.
That's true. Time is relative.
But not like a creepy uncle relative.
No. Not like Uncle Diddles.
Uncle Diddles.
Everybody's got an Uncle Diddles.
Can't say I've got an Uncle Diddles.
You got an Uncle Diddles.
No.
It's either on your side or her side, but you got an Uncle Diddles.
No.
I don't have an Uncle Diddles. I don't have any uncles.
Not anymore because they all got on that elevator with him.
Oh, right. The one I murdered everybody on. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thanks for listening to us rant and banter for the last 20 minutes.
We talked about some good shit. We don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the first 3/4 of the podcast was good until I started talking about shitty kids wiping down stalls with
Yeah, that's
feces.
true. That part wasn't that great.
I just had to tell that story because my wife told it to me. She's got so many crazy stories of those kids at that school.
Yeah, that's awful.
She has patience beyond belief.
Yeah.
So then she comes home and has to take care of another child. So thanks for listening. Check us out on Facebook, Grindr, Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter, Snapchat,
Yep.
Tinder.
Tinder. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely
Yeah,
Tinder.
definitely Tinder. Swipe
And,
right on that shit.
Check out our YouTube channel. Or not. Who cares? You guys don't, apparently.
No.
All right. Thanks for listening. And catch us next time. Beefsteak,
Yeah, prime rib.
prime rib. Come on. What's your outro?
Prime rib?
You don't have to say prime rib. Say something else.
Make up your own. That's mine.
Yeah.
Ribeye?
That originally was
Is there a
Matt's.
theme?
No, mine's prime rib.
Just say something. Dude, you're
Something?
now, you are officially the third person on this podcast.
I'm third wheel.
No, you're not. We're not
Well,
dating.
I
But if
just
it's
choose
a
my...
If
my
it's a
son.
tricycle, that's fine.
That's right.
So,
Okay, so yours is
Trike.
trike.
Rhymes
That's a
with
good album.
dike. And
No,
some
I
other
don't know
word.
if I would go that.
It
Maybe
was better than the first one.
pick something else.
Okay, ready? Start over.
Medium rare.
Prime rib.
Brahma.
What do you say?
What did you say?
Brahma.
Brahma.
That's right. There's the Hindu god of creation.